What kind of being? I missed that.
He didn't say what kind of being. He said a possessed being.
Oh, a possessed being. Okay. Oh, interesting. Wes will ask, what's the name of the alchemist in the fortress underneath the moat house?
I do not know her true name, but I believe you know her as Professor Cynthia James, he says. Roll percentile. Okay. You have never had classes with this person, but you know that she is one of the few who are allowed access to certain restricted archives within the school in Telgar. You've probably seen her on occasion. You would recognize her, if you met her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no direct dealings, so to speak.
Okay. Well, that's great. I would expect a true name.
Since he didn't know the answer to my question, does that mean he did not answer my question?
You asked what is his name. He did
He,
not answer with his true name, but he gave you a name by which you may call him.
yeah, but you also specified that he is not answering my question.
The bench press question.
Yeah, that was my follow-up, and you said I don't know the answer, so I can't answer it. My point being, am I supposed to ask him something else, or is that like that?
Well, that sounds a bit ambiguous, doesn't it?
Yep.
Perhaps
Okay.
you should
So
ask
then
him if you get another question or not.
I will. I'm like, pardon me, I'm a little dense. Like, where do we sit on my questions?
I gave you a name you could call me by.
Okay. I mean, that's not what I asked for. But, I mean,
Rue.
okay. So, all right.
He smiles.
And I will ask him, so, like, if you were one of us, what do you think that we should ask you?
Who am I?
I mean, I kind of asked you that, and you didn't answer. I'm really confused.
He grins.
That's not a very pretty sight.
So I turn to Wes and I'm like, you had a good line of questioning if you had a second question, would you use it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It would have something along the lines of dealing with either the howler where he is, or the connection.
What I was going to ask is, what is the most effective way to defeat the howler? But my question to you was, would you rather ask a second question about the alchemist?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Then I will turn to the dragon at this point and say, at the battle that the paladins had at the temple, which you were there for at least in part, the adversary was led by a creature that we have referred to as the Howler. What is the most effective way to defeat that creature?
Acid breath. That's what I do.
Do you refer to the actual leader or the presumed leader in your question? Actually, I retract my comment. The answer in either case is, I don't know. And he grins.
I still appreciate your honesty. Thank you.
Alvis will ask. Yeah, I get to use his. Alvis will ask, can we ask for your help in the future?
You can ask.
I guess I can't really say, will you come, but I guess I could have phrased it like that. If we ask for your help in the future, would you help us, would be the question, I guess the better question.
That would have been a better question, yes.
Good thing Tindo has one.
No, I'm not going to play games with a dragon, and I'll walk out.
Okay.
That's funny. I like that even more.
Getting a reward is not playing games.
Yeah, but Tindo needs to heal what's her face anyway.
Didn't that already happen?
Okay, I'm glad. I just want to make sure that was in the books.
We
I hope
never
that already
actually
happened.
rolled dice or cast spells or anything,
Yeah, that hasn't actually happened yet. I just want to make sure she wasn't dead.
but we had time to do it.
Correct. I believe it had happened.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's all I worry about. Or what I was worrying about.
So who has not asked a question other than Tindo?
Who's not here? Who's not here? Alvis. Alvis did already, so that's everybody. Yep.
Okay, that's everybody.
You have one more question, says the dragon.
We get Tindo's.
Do you want to ask something about Minot and the underwater river connections, anything like that?
We
Ooh,
could
we can ask
ask.
with the goblins and like the connections with the goblins and Minot and all of that. Yeah.
We could ask where there's like a cache of treasure that we could go find.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hey, where's an old troll cave with awesome +3 swords in them that we named properties that are just left in a cave for 100 years for whatever reason. Specifically for 2 people to find. Huh?
I'm sorry, is that a legitimate question?
No, it was
No,
not
no,
a
no.
legitimate question.
I was making a joke at
Um,
the Hobbit and
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings and finding the
I look at Wes, make it clear this is not what we're asking yet. Honestly, what is the best opportunity that we have to work together in the future?
Oh, you mean with the dragon?
Yeah.
That would be a good thing to know.
I would just think whenever he needs our help, I don't think we get to ask anything. To be honest, I think this is more of a give and do what we're told kind of relationship.
So,
Well, I can see where.
complete sidebar question: do dragons in RuneQuest work the same way that they do in D&D? In that colored dragon's bad, metallic dragon's good?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Clearly not. This dragon isn't, I would say, bad at all.
Well, so
It's not evil.
So asking a question along the lines of what is the best way that we can continue to build a relationship? I wouldn't phrase it that way. Might be worthwhile. Or if we had reason to work together again, what's the best way to find you, or something along those lines?
I think that's good.
Which one?
The second one,
Okay.
the how question.
If we were to have a way that we could work together in the future, what is the best way for us to contact you?
I'm telling you, it's going to be wait and listen to what I have to say.
What is the best way to contact me? Well, the best way is beyond your capabilities at the moment. So, what is the best way currently? He seems to be considering that carefully. He's still thinking. And he's still thinking.
Oh, well, I guess he's going to have to join the party. No,
Pet dragon.
And then he says, you got me. I have no idea. You could write my name in a giant wheat field such that I can see it flying over.
Wow.
I chuckle and say that doesn't seem like an effective method, but it probably is an accurate answer to the question.
We could take logs, soak them in oil, and
we
light them
do
on
thank
fire.
you for your generosity.
Yeah, I don't have a mailbox, I'm afraid.
I'm aware of that.
Should have asked him where we could find some more treasure.
But if if you had some sort of network of
like spider coins.
spies is an ugly word.
I was thinking the same thing.
Then
Network
it would
of
be
spies.
easier for us to reach you with opportunities. Information, the more information one has, generally, the more influence and power they have available to them. At least that is what math tells us.
He seems to sort of absorb all that and just kind of shrugs.
Where did these come from? Hun? Where did these come from? What? Where did these come from?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay, thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
as I said, I don't have a mailbox, and I don't know of any.
Should be 2 copies of
spy
11 and 12.
network.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah, not my thing.
I do hope, however, that we have an opportunity to work together again.
They didn't print?
You are indeed a strong and powerful ally to anyone.
Oh, maybe it didn't print because let me check the.
So, I believe you've had your questions. Yes?
Yeah, and one of the other 2
I
classes.
believe so.
And plus Gospel Doctrine.
Truly unfortunate. I was looking forward to answering the question,
Right,
who
yeah.
am I?
Thank
None
you.
of you asked it.
I am sure
And
that you were.
with that, he stands up, and as far as a dragon can stand up, and walks up the stairs past you. Careful not to step on anyone.
I thought we were already outside, but anyway.
No, he was. Well,
He was still. Okay, fair enough.
He was reclining on the stairs.
Capital B,
Right, so
capital G,
he
capital
walks
R,
out,
capital L, capital D, capital S. 9969.
Sniffs the air.
LDS, all caps. 9969. That's it.
I'll run back inside to go move the chest back to where it's supposed to be, so I don't have any evidence I totally was trying to drag that chest out.
Okay. You leave
While doing so, I'm gonna
hash
pop it
marks
open so we can go
on the
through
ground.
it. Yeah, I'll just
dragon
take the drag marks.
will spread its wings and soar into the sky.
All right. I watch him go,
Okay.
and then I turn to the rest of the party and say, "Okay, we've got a lair to explore."
You see, Alexander's already ran inside.
It's probably going to be just like that puddle that I sifted through, right?
Probably. On my way in, I try to grab a branch.
All right. The lair of the witch.
Hey, we had 21 kids in that class.
That's why I split it into 2, so I got 2 printouts.
Okay. Searching. You find the following. There's some fishing gear. Looks like it hasn't been used in a very long time. In the pool, there's a body.
Ew.
It has a silvered chain hauberk, a medium shield, and a longsword.
Okay.
There's a small cache of gemstones.
Wes, are you writing this down?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
There are 2 bags of copper coins minted from Minnock. There's a collection of mistletoe, yew, spruce, holly, oak parts, all divided up and neatly stored on shelves. There's a work table, mortar and pestle, got a set of scales, various tools, different types, herbs for creating potions and tinctures. There is, in a tube, a detailed map of the surrounding swamp inscribed on tanned frog skin.
Wow.
Gore there.
There are letters written in a script that none of you can read. They appear to be recent. There are skulls of various creatures. There is a trunk full of various items of import for overland travel, such as a backpack, rope, some rations. It's an adventurer's kit. It's old. There are 2 tomes in Norse, which are herbalism and plant lore. There are barrels of rainwater. There is a collection of personal clothing and items and trinkets. There are edible fruits, nuts, and berries in various jars and containers. There is a collection of detailed carved wooden animal figures. There is the remains of a chess set. It appears that neither side is particularly dominant in the game, although it's probably damaged from the acid. In the workroom, on the table, there's a star quartz crystal. I mentioned the cauldron earlier. You find a broomstick.
I get on it. Do I start to fly?
No,
Okay.
although you do look rather foolish.
What's the point?
There is a journal. Reading through it briefly, you can determine that there was a young druid and her party of adventuring, exploring friends who found a cave system nearby some years ago.
That doesn't sound like a witch.
There is reference to possible dwarven artifacts.
In the journal?
Yes.
Hmm.
Doing a rough assessment on the gemstones and coins, You think that the gemstones collectively are worth about 1,000 silver pieces, and the bags of Minnock coins amount to 500 copper.
The skeleton in the water. You said it had a sword, shield, and a chain hauberk?
I did.
And the sword and shield are just regular sword and shield.
Ancient.
Are they rusted from being in the water?
There's some muck on them.
But are they...
Cleaning them off, you realize that they, in fact, are not tarnished at all.
Oh, so this is a steel longsword.
Or something else?
Oh,
Magic.
no, he called it a longsword.
No, I meant magic rather than just steel or something.
Oh, yeah, I doubt. But I'll pull the skeleton and all that stuff out of the water. I was in there earlier, so I'm already soaking wet. Does the shield seem to have the same untarnished principle?
Yes.
Ooh.
All three items can be cleaned up.
Am I
Okay, all
able
three
to
items.
find the daggers I had thrown?
Sure.
Wait. Those daggers are sitting in a pile of goo. There's just like this acid fog back there.
Yeah, they're probably not in great condition. But they're mine.
Yeah, go get them.
That is everything you find in there.
Okay.
Alexander, there's a trap door. Is that really there?
What?
I don't see a trapdoor.
That's a table.
Oh, that's a table. Okay.
Yeah, it's a table.
That plate looked like a big handle. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my character was covering half of it, so. Yeah, no.
I was all set for something awesome.
Sorry.
That's what I was hoping. I was hoping I'd find a latch that would open up and I'd just run in there and I could stab the witch. But
Yeah, I mean, I halfway thought that there would be a passage connecting the two, but
we're missing a room.
1, 2,
are.
3, 4. What do you mean?
There's a rule called the five room dungeon. We're missing one.
Oh. Maybe the pool counts as a room.
Oh, there you go.
Because that had stuff in it. So that's the little alcove treasure room. So there's 5 rooms.
Okay.
Well,
Steel sword.
we have a bunch of stuff, and we have a traveling companion.
Oh yeah.
So much as I hate to say it, we probably should go back to Hamlet.
Yep.
One day we will reach Minnock, but it is not this day.
She is still unconscious, unless you want to wake her.
Is that? I was
Only
gonna say,
make a
is that a him?
Travoy.
Is it a him or a her?
Could
Her.
I pick her pockets while people are like...
She has nothing of value.
Okay.
Not even a set of keys?
Well, of course she didn't have a set of keys. There was no like keyhole to put keys in.
Wait. I'm super confused now. How the heck did the witch get in there and deploy it? Is there like
Controlling the girl. She was waiting for us.
Right.
I know,
That part
yeah.
we're not arguing about. The question is, how did she get in that room with no exits and set off the portcullis?
That yeah. So I was thinking, okay, there's a latch on her side, but why would she just make this whole thing just to
I mean, if there's only one way to open
have
that
one
portcullis,
chance of tricking us?
I mean, it's not even a chance.
Did we ever find the
about
controls?
tricking us.
Yeah, how do you open that portcullis?
That's a good question. I don't believe anyone's found the mechanism.
Well,
I mean,
let's have our carpenter go look at it.
if she's a ranged caster, it makes a lot of sense to throw yourself behind bars so people can't get into melee with you.
That's what I
There's
was
some
thinking she was
logic to
doing.
that,
Mm-hmm.
and that might be the answer, but I'm kind of curious, and I suspect that staying here for the night might be the safest thing to do anyway.
I was gonna suggest that, and that should give her time to wake up
And kill us
naturally
all.
rather than us. Yeah, I'm hoping she's just some peasant girl who got roped into this.
Mistress, we have company.
What?
Mistress,
Didn't
we have
someone-
company.
Didn't someone say earlier that even the henchman is evil or something?
Yeah.
Why, yes, someone did say that.
Said that.
I did, or something along those lines. I shot her.
Oh.
It was your justification for shooting her in the head.
Yeah, so you were even referring to this actual person.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they very well could be controlled. She can control a dragon. Why wouldn't she just control some young girl?
Because the young girl still has 2 eyes.
Yeah, I don't know.
She could probably control her without taking her eyes, low key.
I'm thinking so too.
And if that's the case, there's 6 of us. We can just kill the evil old witch henchman if she is that, which would be kind of awful. But I'm
Well,
hoping.
like now it's murder. Like in the
Yeah.
middle of a fight, it's different. It's a little
I'm
late.
following the Geneva Code. I brought a wounded soldier out of the gas chamber. We healed them. That's what we're supposed to do. We're doing good things.
That's right.
We're not a group of murder hobos, and we're making sure of that.
Okay, that's good.
At least Alexander's trying not to be a murder hobo.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Exactly. Gotta just every time you kill just a random NPC, you gotta learn something new. Try and keep the next one alive.
Okay, so you're gonna spend the evening here. Is that correct?
Yeah, we'll set watch to keep an eye on the stairs.
Okay.
And our guest.
All right. Nothing will disturb any of you. Some point in the middle of the night, the women will wake up and scream.
I knew it. Calm spirits.
Okay, who's casting that?
Dope her up.
Dope her up.
Well, it's got to be Tindo or Remy because I don't have that list. I can put her to sleep though.
Let's say it's not me, it's Tindo.
Tindo, help her out.
Oh, this is the heal?
No, it's
it's
calm spirits.
Yeah,
She woke up screaming.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Sorry. I missed my cue.
You missed your cue.
Where is it? This roll goes better than the last one did.
Well, we've got time, and I can always put her back to sleep if we need to. Probably should just go ahead and put her back to sleep and wait until the morning. Then do calm spirits on her so she can actually talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, he failed.
That spell's going great tonight.
Okay, so yes, she wakes up, she screams, strange people, she's very frightened.
I'll call out to her. Well, it's not really calling out, it's really talking to, because we're all sleeping in the same area. Were you entrapped by the witch? here, in a sense of just asking her a question to see if she'll respond to that.
Ask her how her head feels.
I'll ask her that later. She doesn't even know I hit her in the face.
She looks at you and does not seem to understand you.
Crap. I'll
She's
say,
Norse, isn't she?
Yeah, I'll say something. Raymond, say something in Norse. See if she responds.
Something.
Jurgen Schmergen.
Ergen, Smergen.
That's Norwegian, not Norse.
Ask her. Okay, I'll say to ask her what I asked in Norse.
Do you want to roll for that?
Yes, I do. You're
Okay.
gonna try to talk to her.
Nice.
I probably get a word or
Oh.
two.
Okay.
Close, darn it.
I missed by 5.
Okay. You get the idea that when you start trying to speak Norse, she is paying more attention to you, but she obviously doesn't understand what you're saying.
But I think we're on the right path, so I will keep trying. And do worse.
Okay. Well, she starts babbling at you in it's obviously Norse, but you can't make out what she's saying.
I can keep plugging away at this.
At this point, don't we just need to get her back to sleep?
Yeah, I mean, you can sleep her.
I don't know that we can just keep rolling until we're successful.
Okay,
So.
I understand that. That's why I haven't rolled yet. So, I'm just gonna point at her and pantomime sleep.
Okay.
Put your finger across your neck.
No.
Sleep or you die.
Pantomime noose.
You don't get the sense that she's understanding you at all. She's clearly frightened and distraught.
Yep.
Okay, so out of her sight, I'll go ahead and cast sleep.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
And it's sleep 5, so I doubt she's got 5 levels.
She does not. She goes to sleep. Thump.
We can try things again in the morning if we need to. Does she look, though, after she woke up screaming, like she'd be able to travel in the morning?
She's frail.
Like we should probably set up a travois and just carry her along kind of thing?
Well, maybe not an invalid.
Okay.
But yeah, she's... She seems perhaps in her late 20s.
Oh. I guess we all just go back to sleep, right?
Okay, morning comes.
We'll need to build a travois anyway to carry all the stuff.
There's that.
What size is the chain hauberk?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because we should probably put that on
Very
Alvis.
good question.
It most likely will not be my size. We have to get my stuff specially fitted. I'll smile at that.
It is size 14.
Yeah, that should fit. What's the size ruling? Oh yeah, he says 15. That's no
I was
problem.
gonna say, I don't know what you're worried about. It fits me perfectly.
Do I
How
know
did I
anything
do this
about
to our
silvered
friend? What are you
armor
talking about?
not interfering with spell casting?
So silvered is still like iron or steel armor.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah, it's not silver armor, which
So
would be different.
So what would
what
the
does
purpose of silverine armor be then?
yeah.
Perhaps ceremonial?
Scare away werewolves.
Because we always wear ceremonial armor into the swamp.
It is of ancient design
Oh,
and
okay.
style.
Ancient.
It does fit Elvis. We can put him in some chain.
What does it cover?
It's the hauberk, so it's chest and abdomen. Me and him both have the chain shirts, which only cover the chest. Or sorry, the scale mail, or whatever it's called, the steel scale. That only covers the chest. And chain's like just as strong, but since it's steel chain, it'll be a bit better. So it'll be a big increase for Alvis.
Okay.
Because I know you guys both still are wearing normal chain.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think we should put the steel chain on Alvis for sure. My only wondering is, does he use his shield a lot?
Oh yeah.
If he does, then he should definitely take the shield, because I only use it when I use my mace. Because I use my sword two-handed.
Is there anything special about the shield?
It was a steel shield. They're all untarnished, or when you wipe them off, they
There
come
is
off
something special about the
untarnished.
shield. We don't know what it is.
No, I thought it was steel.
No, you assumed that since it was not tarnished.
Oh, I guess yes, since I am assuming that. Alvis already has a sword, so I guess this one's mine. And I'll take the other sword.
What other sword?
There's a sword, a shield, and a. Well, I said it wasn't other sword. It was the sword, but
Oh, okay. I don't have any issues with that necessarily.
no one else uses the long sword other than me and Alvis. And Alvis was gifted his recently from Sir Michael, so it's probably better than this one anyway.
What are the stats for or do we not know about the steel chain?
So yeah, chain is steel, so it's at least half again. So that's 10-point chain.
Covering chest and abdomen. That's gnarly. Wait, chain is soft, right?
It's flexible.
Yeah. Its scale is hard.
I don't know that you could
Chain
wear
is
chain
links and scale
under.
is little links that are woven together. So, I mean, they're just different.
Yeah. So I'm only asking because could then he put his craboli over his abdomen? Because I know you can't put the scale over the chain, but could he put his craboli like cummerbund looking thing?
So
That's what I'm
normally what you
imagining.
do is rigid over soft. So plate mail goes over chain. The Kerbali technically hardened leather. So yeah, I suppose you could put that over chain if you wanted.
Awesome. You should do that. Does he have an armor table?
Yeah.
He does. I see it. He does. Yeah. Okay. Because what I did is I took when we got Runt his 2-point leather. I took his soft leather and put underneath mine. So I have 1 point underneath all of my Kerboli and my scale. So I was thinking for Alvis, we could get his admin up to 13 because we could just keep his Kerboli over the chain hauberk. We could strap that over it.
If you can handle the encumbrance, yeah.
I think he's a big guy. I'm pretty sure the encumbrance is.
He is be strong too, so. Take him up.
Having looked at the sword, does it seem that it's just a steel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Steel longsword. I'll take it.
Okay. Anything else?
I mean, other than can we tell if there's any other properties to the shield?
How would you assess that?
Okay, yeah, no, I don't have any way of assessing it. Wait, maybe a stone lore on the. No, I don't have any way of testing it.
So the two tomes
Oh
you
yeah, those
said
tomes.
of herbalism and plant lore.
Mm-hmm.
When you say tomes, do you mean as in magical tomes or reference books?
Reference books. These will
Okay.
add by studying them, you can improve your plant lore.
And herbalism
Okay.
skills.
So there's skill bonuses. Okay.
Oh, I have plant lore. I could use that. What language is it in?
Norse.
Of course.
I'll
Hey, Raymond,
translate
do you
it.
want to? Yeah, you want
I'll
to
translate it for you while I'm reading it.
Yeah, read it to me. It'll be our bedtime routine. You can read me a story. Read a chapter from the plant lore book.
I have a 1 out of 3 chance of getting it right.
Maybe eventually we'll get the right percentage. I do want to learn Norse now. I need to learn these languages. But herbalism isn't one of the automatic skills on
it's
here,
not.
so that would be something you would learn from the book itself.
You open it from there.
Yeah, that would make that's a cool idea. I think whoever does it should do both, just because they're similar.
You know, the knowledge doesn't go away when one person reads it.
It's not how video games work.
Once
Once you consume the
Once the knowledge is consumed, it's gone.
Yeah. Once you consume the XP points for the boost, the item goes away. The book disappears.
Yeah, because I have plant lore as well, just not very much. But I don't have any Norse, so I couldn't do it either.
Yeah, I only say that because I have my plant lore linked or highlighted because it's a ranger skill. That's all.
All right. So in any case, we load up the truck. We move to Hamlet.
Okay.
All right. So in the morning, the woman wakes up.
Yes.
As she looks like she's about to wake up, we queue up Tindo to cast Calm Spirits on her.
Okay.
Because I don't think she has to be conscious for that.
All right. Are you going to cast that before she wakes up?
We should do that.
I'm leaving that up to Tindo.
I'll cast it on her and then wake her up with the
Okay.
meal. So I'll already have a meal prepared for her.
Okay.
So it'll be a case that she might not understand why she is calm, like she shouldn't be. But hopefully I don't screw this.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Let's roll up. Hey!
Okay.
Finally,
Success.
something that's more reasonable.
She wakes up and she, in fact, is calm. She sees the food. She seems apprehensive, but calm.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll make sure that I'm not
Poisoning her?
wearing my full regalia, so I don't have like all my armor on and my mace and my shield. It's just me and normal.
Oh. So she sees the amulet of Dankekt and she points at it and says, Dankekt?
And I'll grab it and I'll hold it up for her to look at it.
Okay. Well,
Then hold
she
it
will.
upside down and say no.
Say Dankekt backwards.
Kicked and die.
So she will brighten considerably, and she will tentatively reach out to hug you.
Oh, I guess I'll hug her back.
Okay. She starts sobbing.
Aww.
I'll call Raymond over and hoping that, after a night of exertion and finally getting some rest, that his Norse has really picked up this morning. And after a cup of coffee, he really will be able to break the
Do
barriers here.
something.
This is Norse. A cup of ale, please.
Go ahead and roll.
All right. Hey, what do you know?
Okay. So we have some basic communication at last. All right. All right. Rather than try to role play this out, you will learn that her name is Chloe. She tells you that she was captured on a boat that was headed for Kars
That is a long way away from here.
and was in a really big city and separated from her parents, who she was traveling with, and yeah, after they were kept in cages and such, and after some time, things went very dark and very confusing, and then she woke up here. Raymond, roll a percentile for me, please. Okay. You get the distinct impression that she's much younger than she looks.
That's interesting.
You should ask her.
Like
age.
mentally younger?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily physically younger.
So
Could-
how long ago was this?
She's not certain.
Yeah, how many years has she been in this funk?
Ask her how old she thinks she is. What was the last age you remember being?
She tells you, Raymond, that she is 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
She's been under the influence of the witch for like 16 years. Holy crap.
So I will relay that to everybody else.
We need to get her to Telgard to some kind of a home.
Agreed, absolutely, because she looks like she's
In her
early
20s.
mid-20s.
Yeah.
And if she's mentally
Mid to
12,
late
that's-
20s.
Yeah, so she's at least a decade. She was with the witch for at least a decade. Or at least out of it. I'm interpreting it a certain way. I'm interpreting it as in like the witch took her.
We intend to return back to a city, not the one you came through, and there will be people there who can help you. It should be 2 to 3 days travel. And we can get you far away from here. How does she respond to that?
She holds on to Tindo.
Sweet, I got a new friend.
Tindo, I think you have a friend.
That's fine.
All right, guys, we need to pack up and get.
Yep.
Agreed.
Okay.
Because it's going to be slow traveling, especially if we keep to the hills and not the swamp.
If we're doing that, I
And
should
we can use the
probably
ranger
scout
just
ahead.
cut right across the hill, right to Hamlet, right?
That's what I was.
Or the bridge or
That's
whatever.
true. If we can use the road to cut across the hills, well, no, we would end up with the bridge, but still,
It'd be
I'm not
faster.
at all opposed to that. Actually, yeah, I'm not opposed to that. So, how hard is that going to be to accomplish, Bruce?
Well, you can pretty easily follow the road in the swamp at this point that you know where it is. But once you get out of the swamp, that's a different matter.
Right.
So that will be a successful tracking roll if you wish
All right.
this.
Let me see if I can do my duty. That's a crit.
Okay.
There we go.
Woohoo!
All right.
I will
Well,
mark that down. Thank you very much.
Yes, you should.
yes, indeed. There is an obvious road that the ranger sees that heads off to the southwest toward the bridge.
Onto the bridge.
Okay.
He points up, sees the symbol here. It says I-5.
That took me a second too. I was like, wait, what?
Okay. What time are we getting to be?
It's
Okay,
close to closing. Yep.
Yeah, we're at 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, there may be some encounters between here and there. I gave you her name, right? Her name's
Yep.
Chloe.
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 Okay.
Chloe, the 12-year-old, 27-year-old.
Okay. All right. This is a good place to wrap up for the evening. Well,
Yeah.
Got stuff done.
got stuff done and found stuff.
And found stuff. Yep.
And I
And
can
didn't-
say that I actually hit a black dragon.
Hey, I did too. I put an arrow in it. He's probably really happy about that. Could we have killed him on accident? I mean, I know you wouldn't have let that happen, but like, I'm wondering if we could have done enough damage to kill him. What's a dragon's
So
body parts, limbs look like?
yeah. I don't think anybody has a weapon here that can actually hurt him.
Oh, really? Dragons have like
20-point
their
skin.
armor is, yeah, something like that.
Well, it is the scale of, but that's not impervious. There's also other factors.
Oh yeah, magic and stuff.
Like takes a magic weapon to hurt kind of thing.
No, it's more so the distortion, like a displacer beast kind of thing.
Oh, that's what was going on.
So an effect of what he was doing
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like that. So yeah, the first time you hit him, you don't necessarily actually hit him. And then there's the armor to get through, plus any magical defenses that he has.
Okay. That's fair.
So you
Never
may
mind.
recall
Yeah, no, we
that
we
the
weren't
witch
gonna.
couldn't even get hit by missile weapons.
See, yeah, at that point, isn't magic just beat everything? So why are we fighting it? How do you
Well,
beat someone that can
would you
stop
even
missiles
know
and
that to
weapons?
begin with?
Well, Alexander doesn't. I was just thinking out loud.
Okay. Well, obviously, if it was if she was aware that the dragon was going to pick up its eye, she would have done something differently. But since you guys pushed her back into the tunnel, she didn't actually see that happen.
Ah.
I just figured if she was going to be stupid enough to stand next to the portcullis, I was going to stab her.
Of course, that's why she backed off.
That's why she backed up.
And she wasn't going to engage you guys directly when she's got a dragon that can
do
you
it
all.
for her. Yeah.
See, that was also my theory. Why is she making him look like a?
Did she?
Oh.
Ew.
Well then, what the heck are dragons in your world? That's just bonkers. They can
Well,
shapeshift into whatever they want.
it's a spell effect. It's a high level spell effect, but it's a spell effect. In time, Wes can do it too.
Wes is not going to turn himself into an ogre.
So that
Well,
that was
not
the
before,
illusion.
not unless you
Like
are
I've
slow
heard of
with his coffee.
creatures having abilities to be able to do that. I've just never seen a dragon do that. I thought it was a human that turned into a dragon, or a dragon that could turn into a
Ooh.
boy, not a dragon that could turn into things he wants to. That's kind of scary. That doesn't sound like a dragon. That sounds like something else. But
Dragons
I-
are highly magical creatures. Now that said, there are dumb dragons and then there are true dragons.
what are so? Are we talking to a true dragon?
It talks.
Well, it talked to you.
It's
So
not
is
a dumb dragon. It talks. They're just beasts,
so a
right?
so you can go out and kill dragons. They're not all super hyper intelligent magical creatures.
That's true.
Okay. So there are beastified dragons.
I
Yes.
forget which game system it's in, but there's some game systems that make a distinction between dragons and worms.
So he
And-
had 4 claws
Right.
or 4 limbs, a tail, and
could
wings,
fly.
And
Yep.
could fly.
Yeah, dragon.
Yeah, it's not a worm.
I don't think so.
So, yeah. So, are we going to get back to Hamlet, or are you going to do random encounters next
There
time?
may be some encounters. I haven't psyched that out yet.
Okay. My suggestion is that we take Chloe to the druid because
I was already
Burns
going to
won't be
ask
back.
if we could. I was already going to ask if we could bring the books to the druid.
I would like a crack at them at some point, but I'm not opposed to that.
Okay. I was just thinking that both those would be helpful, and
It'll make
like,
you
what
look
are we
good.
going to use them for? Yeah, that
It'll
too.
make you look good, so I'm okay with it.
In the trade with the alchemist, did she actually take everything that we put on the table,
Yeah.
or did she only take the book?
No.
No, she took
No,
everything.
she took everything.
Man, we got ripped off.
Yeah,
we need to
did.
go. We
A
need to
little
go steal that shit back from her.
Honestly, I'm with Runt for the book.
I don't even care about the book.
I thought you did care about the book.
Well, I mean, for you guys, like
Yeah.
not me, but like
I think that Runt should sneak in there and steal the book back for us.
I'm game.
I know you are.
I want to go with though. We both got high sneak. I got. A couple.
I have literally never rolled my highest stat.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we.
That sneak's
or are you
not
talking
my
about
highest.
Hide is
No, sleight of hand for stealing.
Oh. Interesting.
That was your mistake, because my highest stat is my scan.
I mean, I roll scan all the time, so I'm
Exactly.
okay with this. I'm going to get check marks in it.
I actually couldn't help it, because I have a 17 int, so all those perception skills are ridiculous.
Wes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You're aware that the title of professor is not lightly given out. That is something that's earned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just kind
To be
of laughing
clear,
to myself as you guys are discussing all this stuff.
This was completely in jest. This
was-
It sounds to me like Bruce is trying to tell him that what we're trying to do is break in
This-
and steal from like Dumbledore,
No.
not
This is Steve saying this, not Raymond. We're out of character and we're just joking around. I'm sorry, I thought that was clear.
No, it wasn't. If we
It
asked,
wasn't clear to run.
me neither. I
I thought we were totally gonna break in there and
Nope,
get the book back.
nope,
No,
nope.
I'm good with it.
The
Oh,
owlbear would
darn.
smell you if nothing else.
Hey, they didn't smell me the first time I broke in.
Well, then, in preparation, we just need to get something to make my scent less detectable to the owlbear.
yes, sneak into the owlbear's lair and get some owlbear urine.
I was
There you
thinking to go find some owlbear musk.
You're just asking to get humped by the owlbear at that point.
Hey, it's better than being killed by the owlbear.
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure either.
I think I'd rather get my head ripped off than get destroyed by an owlbear in another way.
Maybe you get humped by the owlbear and then he dies of a venereal disease, and then we take out the alchemist.
Okay, but
you
that
really
means I
saying
gotta
he's
go
that
get a
dirty?
venereal disease first.
Nah, Runt, you're already dirty enough. That's what he's implying.
I wasn't implying anything. You could read into it all you want. I think you're projecting.
I will commit to this caper. If that's what I need to do, then that's what I need to do.